Welcome. You are watching the Mary Kay Clinical Solutions class. I'm so excited to show the before and after pictures that I've been getting from some of the newest products in this line. And so make sure right now you get your name in the chat because that's going to enter you into the giveaway, which I'm going to show you really quick. Okay, so we already have lots of people in the comments. So we have Christine on. Welcome, Christine. We have Ashley. Hey, Ashley. We have Holly. Welcome, Holly. So, type your name in the chat. The giveaway today is I'm giving away our clinical solution, Calm and Restore Facial Milk. It's just a mini deluxe version, so you can see how you like it, how you makes your skin feel. This is normally paired with our retinol product, which I'll be talking about tonight. But it's also just a really great thing if your skin's feeling sensitive or just irritated, just something nice and calming for it. So, and welcome, Rachel and Heidi. So glad you guys are on. Okay, so we are going to, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself so I'm not a complete stranger to those who might be watching for the first time. And then we're going to jump right into, there's a bunch of products in this dermocosmetic skincare line that we have. And then we're going to spin the wheel and find out what the gift with purchase. And so if you fall in love with something I talk about tonight, and like, I want to try that, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. So you can reach up to your beauty consultant, and then we're going to spin the wheel and find what the gift with purchase is. And then at the very end, I will do another spin the wheel for everyone who's put their name in here, who's a customer, and get you entered into winning this. So, okay, so I'm Roseanne. I've been building my Mary Kay business for 15 years. Prior to Mary Kay, I was a piano teacher, teaching piano full time. I have a piano in the background there, and love working with my students, helping, see that light bulbs come on when they realize, that they can play a hard passage of the piece. And I was looking for a part-time job to do when I was not teaching piano, and this opportunity came along. And there's a lot of reasons I didn't think it was a good fit. In fact, the girl I went to the facial, she didn't think it was a good fit for me either. I'm more introverted, knew nothing about makeup. It was not my passion, but I was praying for something different. I don't know if you've ever felt like a hamster on a wheel, and you're in the same place every single month, every single year. Like, that is not what we want. Like, if we're not learning or growing, we're not happy. And so I wanted something different. And anyway, this happened to come along during that time. And I decided to give it a try, mainly because there's a 90% buyback guarantee that if you decide to try it, you find out it's not for you, you can return any unused products and Mary Kay will buy it back at 90%. So that was my exit if I didn't, decide I liked it, and also mostly because I didn't believe in myself. Maybe I believed in myself about 10%, and it was so comforting to know that Mary Kay believed in me 90%. So, yay. And we have Mary Lynn and Tirsa. We have Leslyn. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. So I hope something today fulfills a need. So I would love for you to think about skincare issues that maybe you've had or you've had in the past. Or maybe you're like, I love my skin, but there might be issues that might pop up as you get older. So we are going to go through these. So these are supplements. These are products that are we have our skincare lines, and then these are supplements to just enhance the skincare line that you're using. So these are not to replace the skincare line, but just to enhance and help. And it's Mary Kay's one of their newest dermocosmetics line of skincare and beauty. And what does dermocosmetics mean? I had never heard that word until about 2018. And so it is products found at the intersection of cosmetic beauty and skin health. So these are products that you will find and are similar formulas to dermatologist's office or med spas. And so it's amazing to be able to offer such scientific products that our dermatologists and scientists have created at Mary Kay. So first we're talking about brand new dynamic wrinkle limiter. This one just launched in November. I got to start using it in October, but this is I don't know, an alternative to Botox. I don't have plans to get Botox in my life. I hope I never really feel like I need that. But this is an experience. So experience pain-free results on your own time with our exclusive no needle alternative to relax the appearance of expression lines inspired by a widely used wrinkle relaxing injection treatment aka what I just said earlier. This topical cream is powered by 3 plant extracts to achieve comparable results with no frozen face effect. And these ingredients work together to help minimize the impact of facial expressions that can cause the appearance of dynamic wrinkles, lines and creases caused by facial expressions. So there are some wrinkles that I am totally happy to have, and those are smile wrinkles. I want smile wrinkles. I don't want angry, frowny forehead wrinkles though. And so I've been using this on my forehead for about 4 months now. October, November, December, January. Yeah, it'll be 4 months, the middle of this month. And to show you the 3 plant extracts that are in, there's French lavender extract, and that one and rosemary extract, they help to minimize the impact of facial expressions, which cause dynamic wrinkles. It also has electric daisy. That's a fun thing to say, which is also a well-known wrinkle relaxant. And then I'm going to show my pictures and then my good friend Christina's pictures as well. On October 15th, I started using it. So that was after 1 use that morning. And then 2 weeks later, I thought, I'm going to take a picture just to see. And holy moly, already I was starting to see my forehead wrinkles fading. And then I took a picture about a month later, a little over a month later on December 2nd, again, seeing fading. And then even on January 1st, so just about a month ago, I need to take another picture since it's a new month. But it just is so encouraging. I use this product morning and night. After I wash my face, it's the very, very first ingredient that goes on. I put it on my forehead, especially in the center. I put it on the whole forehead. And then I also put it down here on the sides, like the crow's feet area. You're not supposed to use it around your eye area. Occasionally I just will because I think it's nice there and it doesn't irritate or anything. I have seen people use it on their mouth and neck, but I think its main purpose is the forehead, and that's where I've been mostly focusing because that's more my trouble area. Now, Christina, she is also in our Mary Kay family. Here's her results. So fun to see. That was her before she started using it in November. And then after 1 month of using it in December, so amazing. And after another month, 2 months now. So she's like, I think this is working. So thank you, Christina, for letting us show your pictures too. So hi, Joni. So this is one thing I love is taking before and after pictures, because sometimes we don't always see it day to day, but when you go back and you look at 2 weeks ago, you're like, oh my gosh. Or, and it also helps me to stay consistent with it. I use it morning and night, like I said, right after the cleanser. And then I let it soak in a bit before I put on my night cream or my day cream, depending on if it's morning or night. So I'd love to hear if you have any questions about this product. It lasts 2 months using it morning and night. Just a little bit is all you need. And it spreads very nicely, which I really like. We also have a deep wrinkle filler, which I'm also using at the same time. That one's a lot thicker. So I love the thick one too, but I also really love how easy this spreads on. So, and it's $58, which is an amazing deal for something that lasts 2 months. So it's about $1 a day, right? But as beauty consultants, we get half off. So it's like 50 cents a day. Yes, Debbie says, I love it around my mouth. Yes, you'll have to let me know, Debbie, if you've been taking before and after pictures. If not, start taking them. And if you're willing to share, we would love to see that. That's awesome. Because I had some customers asking about it. I'm like, well, always try, Okay, so now we're going to talk about our retinol. So if you love a good retinol product, this is our most powerful retinol. And because sometimes first-time users of retinol, it kind of takes a bit to get your skin used to, Mary Kay developed this retinization process, and they are unique to that. That's the only, as far as I know, the only company, or at least when this came out, they were the only company back in 2018 that had like a retinization process. So it's an 8-week formula to get used to the retinol. So let me just pull it open here. Make sure you take good before and after pictures as well. And there's a retinol 0.5 serum that goes on. And then there's a calming milk. And with this one, that comes with a tracker. It's just comes in with, that's probably the other, well, it's like in there, but comes right in here. So you can be tracking your 8 weeks. With the retinol, you want to, after you wash your face, wait 5 minutes. that during that 5 minutes, it allows like the natural oils on your skin to kind of come to the surface. And that way there's also less irritation with the retinol. And so usually during that time, I brush my teeth or floss, or, just think of something to do for about 5 minutes after your cleanser. So and it kind of depends on your personality. If you're wanting something like over the whole face and only something to use a few times a week, this would be the product to use for that. If you want to use something specifically for forehead wrinkles, you want to use it morning and night. The dynamic wrinkle limiter that I showed previous would be that. Now, this clinical solution set comes with both the retinol, but just to give you an idea, the week 1 and 2, so week 1, you are using the retinol and the calming milk mixed together, and just one drop, and you only do that one time during the whole week. So like Sunday was the day that I did my retinization process. So Sunday I did that. Week 2, exact same thing. You're mixing the retinol with the calming milk and then putting that on. During this 8-week time, you also want to avoid a lot of other products, any type of exfoliation or vitamin C or hydrogel eye patches. You don't want to be using Clear Proof. So there's just this is a product compatibility guide that Mary Kay put together and it was a little hard for me just to simplify my skincare routine and stop using all my other supplements, but just focus on the retinol. And a lot of that is so that you're just slowly introducing a new product. You're not like using a million other things. And here's a little guide I put together. And so this is great if you already have this system, just as some reminders, or if it's something you want to get. Like I said, you want to wait 5 minutes after washing. You want to wear sunscreen. Only do 1 pump. I did 1 pump on my face and 1 pump on my neck, and that worked perfectly when I was starting this process because only 1 pump didn't do my face and my neck. So you want to avoid your eye area. You want to avoid exfoliation, vitamin C, like I talked about. Set an alarm so that you're consistent with it, and be patient. Results take time. Scale back if there's any discomfort. So on week 3, then you start to use the products separately. So use the retinol and then use the calming milk, just one after the other. They're not mixed together anymore. But if you experience discomfort, scale back to where you didn't experience discomfort and do that a whole extra week, and then try it again to see how it works. And then just if you're having any type of procedure done or facial waxing, you just want to make sure that you discontinue using our powerful retinol product at least 1 week before, or about 3 days for facial waxing. And it's a nighttime only product because retinol is super powerful, and we want to make sure that we're only using it at night when your skin can have that time to wake up the baby skin cells, and then in the morning wear sunscreen. So that's a lot of details on our clinical solutions. And this skincare line, it's not a skincare line, but it's a supplement to use. I'm going to show why you might want to use this. And you can see here, this on the left, you can see the improvement in her skin. I think that's just after her 8 weeks. I'm not sure on hers, but I know the other 2 is just after their 8-week process, just getting used to it. And so they haven't even started using it 5 times a week, how it's recommended once you got past that retinization process. And you just want to avoid, when you do get past that 8 weeks, you don't want to be using it on the same day where you're exfoliating. So it's a bit of I definitely have to have a skincare routine when using this. And it's $120 for the box, which comes with the retinol and the calming milk. I got the retinol to last 9 months using it how it's directed. The calming milk lasts even longer. And then I feel like after you kind of go through 1 box, you don't really need the calming milk anymore unless you just want it anyway. But you can always order the retinol products separate. So that's something I think is also really nice as well. Okay, so and then the last thing in our clinical solutions, we have these 4 boosters, and they're pictured there, and I have them right here. And they come in these little droppers, and it's recommended to pick just 2. So when that first came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to use all 4. But then I was like, no, pick 2. So, and me and Lindsay, I was telling her today, I'm reading this book called The Breakthrough Code. And the first step in having a breakthrough in your life is to focus on less and then obsess. And I'm like, that is perfect for this. So more is not better in this case. You want to only pick 2 boosters So focus on less and then obsess and use it consistently how it's recommended. So the 4 boosters we have, the first one on the left, that one's our dark spot reducer. And that one has ferulic acid. It also has niacinamide brightener, which is a vitamin B3. And then it also has navy bean extract. I used that for 2 months in August and September and was amazed with how more even my complexion was, less sun damage, like really was happy with the visible. It has an interesting smell. My husband thinks it smells like campfire. I think it smells like cloves, but it has like a smoky type smell to it. So if you can get past, that's the only strange part about it. But other than that, and I'm like, after a month of using it, I didn't even smell it anymore. I just was so used to it. So, and it only smells like that right when it's on, but I feel like it kind of goes away after a while. So just to give you a heads up. Then the second one is our resurfacer, and that has polyhydronic, hopefully I can read it that small, hydroxy acid, polyhydroxy acid, and glycerin. What those are is polyhydroxy acid. If I remember right, that one helps like on the skin surface, and then the alpha, and I might have it reversed, but the alpha helps going deep into the skin too. And then glycerin is a very moisturizing ingredient, and that's a resurfacer. And the next page will share more about like what it does, but it helps the skin texture feel super soft. It's kind of like an exfoliator, but it's not, it doesn't not feel at all like an exfoliator. So it's a really great alternative if you can't use microdermabrasion or radiance revealing facial pill. You'll want to use resurfacer. That one's only 2 to 3 times a week as well. And then the hydration booster is my BFF. I just barely put one in my bathroom because I just ran out of one this morning. I'm like, no, I have to use it morning and night. That might have super dry skin. I live in Utah. It's super dry here. That is insane. And with these boosters, you think of it like a car seat, like a booster, right? For a child. When you're putting the booster and the child in the car, you put the booster in first, right? Then you put the child in. So a booster is a skincare supplement that always goes on first. Like first you wash your face, of course, but very next is a booster and then let it take time to soak into the skin, especially the last one's on there is the vitamin C one. That's the wrinkle reducer. And think of it like, it does say morning and night, but also our dermatologists say, think of it more like orange juice, and you would mostly drink orange juice in the morning. And so that one is what I like to use in the morning. And then I use the hydration after it. The hydration booster plays well with all of them. So if you're picking 2, I would pick the hydration booster as one of them. Unless you have like crazy oily skin. But even at that point, I wonder if giving it this hydration would stop it being so oily. So that would also be a fun thing to try. I have the opposite problem, so I just need so much hydration. So, but I do the vitamin C first, let it soak in, do the hydration. And then at night, I just do the hydration. And just, they say 6 to 8 drops. I use probably about 5. And I feel like that's plenty to cover my face and my neck. And then it lasts longer too. And once you can't get any more to come out of the dropper, I just kind of dump it a bit and just let a little more come out and then keep doing that. And then this morning as I was, tapping it, nothing was coming out. So I was like, okay, we got to get a new one. And this page goes a little more detail about, and I don't even know if this is big enough I can't even read it. So, so the vitamin C reducer, we just call them the wrinkle reducer, the hydrator booster. We call it the dark spot reducer, and then, or the brightener booster. And then we call it the resurfacer booster. So those are that. Okay. So, as we wrap up, that was our entire clinical solutions from our brand new dynamic wrinkle limiter. That's 58, last 2 months. The clinical solution. This is like, you got to be committed to this, right? So if you don't see your commitment to like do an 8-week process to get used to it, and then to use it 3 to 5 times a week, I'm like, stick with just the dynamic wrinkle limiter. It's way easier to use. So, so there's that. That one's $120 for the whole set. I can't remember the individual prices on them, but you definitely, when you're first starting use the calming milk, which is the giveaway today. And then there is the 4 boosters. You only pick 2. So if you're like, I'm struggling with wrinkles and hydration, that's me. So those are the 2 that I pick. Or if you're like, I'm struggling with like my skin texture and dark spots, like sunspots, sun damage, aging spots, then you're going to want the brightener booster and maybe the resurfacer. So then you use 2 based on whatever your needs are. And those are each $38, and they last about a month and a half if you're careful and not like using them like crazy. So if you are squeezing out, 6 to 8 drops morning and night, it's going to last 2 weeks. And so I scale back and use less, because less, right? Focus on less and obsess. But I feel like I know my skin and I know how much is going to cover it. So you can probably see if you maybe only need 4 drops, and that covers your whole mouth or your whole face. Sorry. Okay. So as we wrap up, we're going to spin the wheel and find out what the gift with purchase is. And I am so excited. So let's pull this up and find out what our gift with purchase is tonight. I got to make sure I write it down. Where did my paper go? Oh, there's no freaking way. The last 3 weeks we landed on 10. It's like party month. Holy cow. That's so cool. So 10% off your entire order when you order in the next 24 hours with your beauty consultant. And please remind her of that. Say, hey, because I watched the class, Roseanne spun the wheel and it was 10% off. So we can't add that to, like, let's say you're having a birthday and we're doing a discount, like that is separate, right? But we do whatever the bigger discount is for you. So 10% off. And then right now, I'm going to add the referrals to the stage and give you a chance to think about someone that you absolutely love and look up to and would love to offer a free pampering experience. They can be in the privacy of their own home. We do a lot of treatments like this where they're just watching and following along with the samples. Or if they live local to your beauty consultant and they want to get together for an in-person pampering treatment. And think of the hardest working woman you know, the happiest woman you know, someone who brings you joy, or maybe a good girlfriend who's just really going through a really hard time. I was struggling with infertility at the time, and this was the best thing for me to do self-care, and that helps your mental health so much. So I'm going to pull this up, play some music for you guys. These can live anywhere in the United States. And while you're thinking of referrals, you just privately send them to your beauty consultant. When you fill out the whole thing, so 12 referrals, you're going to get a makeup item of your choice half off. And that can be a mascara or an eyeliner, eyeshadow, brow tint, blush, lip gloss, whatever your makeup item, you get that half off. That's a great Valentine's gift to yourself. And then you're giving a gift of a free pampering treatment too. So I will pull up some music for you guys and then just send those privately to your beauty consultant and let her know what makeup item you want as your gift. So and if you have not commented in the groups, wherever you're watching, or you haven't privately messaged me, do that now so we can make sure you're entered into the giveaway. Okay, I hope that gave you a chance to think of someone that you look up to and admire and refer them to a free treatment. And as your consultant is in a contest to do 100 free facials in the next quarter, that helps her out so much because, you know, after a while we run out of people now. So referrals is a huge help to your beauty consultant. As we wrap up, I'm going to show our next slide, which is a little about the deals and stuff that we have. So on the very second, I guess not the bottom, the second row down where it says clinical solutions, we have that's the retinol and the calming milk. That counts as 2 sets, and I'll share why that's important here in a minute. So that's the clinical solutions that comes in the box. There's like the 8-week, get your skin used to it. So it's really gradual, and there's hardly any, I didn't have any irritation. And I have very sensitive skin, so I was really happy about that. And then if you go over to like the 4th one over on that row, the CS boosters, that stands for clinical solution boosters. You pick 2, like I said, focus on less and then obsess. And so the hydration booster, I think, is a really great one with any of them. And then I would think of like, okay, do I have dark spots? Do I have wrinkles? Is my skin texture not as smooth as, it used to be? So you pick which one's there. So pick 2 of the boosters that are best for you and your circumstances. And then it's not on here, but the Clinical Solutions Dynamic Wrinkle Limiter, that one counts as its own set as well. It's 58. And so that one is featured right here. And this is my BFF right now. I'm just absolutely in love with my results that I'm getting. And so take pictures, because I think, sometimes we just don't realize what we don't realize if we don't have proof, right? And then at the top, the Princess, Queen, and Cadillac shows you the sets. So Clinical Solutions counts as a set, 2 sets actually. And then when you pick 2 boosters, that counts as a set. So 1, 2, 3. And then your 4th set, the Dynamic Wrinkle Limiter. And so tonight, because it landed on 10% off, we figure what is ever the bigger discount. And so you would, I'm just going to do a little math here if that's okay. Okay. So actually, did I do that right? I think so. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so the bigger discount would probably be the 10% off, because you'd be saving like $25 if you got all the things. And then, but with the Princess, actually, no, you'd get a bigger deal with the Princess, because then it puts 4 sets down to $199 and you get the travel roll-up bag. So that's insane. So that roll-up bag keeps everything organized in my bathroom, and that way it's really easy to find things. And then when I go on a trip, it's easy to like pack as well. If you don't have a roll-up bag, oh my gosh, I feel like every woman deserves one. And it has the cutest little hearts on it. I have one right here. I'll pop up. So it's these cute, sliding all over the place, cute little hearts there. Perfect Valentine's gift for you, yourself, and someone you love. So super cute. Has a handle. I love it. So that's the travel roll bag. So that is the gift of purchase. So the 10% off is not the bigger deal if you're getting it all. If you're like, I want it all. I want it all. So, and I would like, even though if you get it all, I would kind of like introduce things like 1 week at a time so that you can kind of see and learn and feel, and it's not like overloading your skin, right? So that's how I would usually recommend going about that. So that would be an insane deal. And then our best kept secret is our starter kit. And like I said earlier, like I didn't say this earlier, but I've been saying recently and thinking like, I'm going to be washing my face the rest of my life. Might as well get 50% off on it. And so I love, I started Mary Kay when I was 24, wasn't too worried about aging at that age, but I took care of my skin. And now that I'm almost 40, I'm like, yes, so grateful that I get this 50% off, because I'm able to look twice as good at half the price. So, and like I said earlier, smile wrinkles, I'm not worried about those. It's just the angry ones are like, no. And then one thing me and Christina noticed is like with using it, they fade, but then you also have to be careful. I try not to like scowl or make angry faces, or when I'm putting on my mascara, that's when I was raising my eyebrows. And like, that's pretty much how I got those wrinkles, was from putting on my mascara every day. So I'm like, oh gosh. So if you are in your 20s, and just watch your facial expressions when you're putting on your mascara. And if you're like making wrinkles, like try and practice a different way of putting on your mascara. So I wish I would have thought of that. Yes, I know. Yes, it's always great for 10% off. It's always nice. Thanks for the info. Yes, I know. It's hard to find the best skincare as your skin gets older. So yeah, but I'm here for you, girl. So, so this is our starter kit. So it's $35 to start. With that $35, you get some samples, a catalog, a website, the ability to process debit and credit cards. You get me as that mentor, because everyone has different reasons why they join. Some women join because they want a side hustle, like really part-time. Mine was like 5 hours a week max is all I wanted to put into it. And that was perfect. I did that for like 2 years and it was beautiful. And then I was like, I want a career car. I need to start working about 15 hours a week. So then it became kind of my main hustle, right? Not my side hustle, but my main hustle. And then some women just want their discount, get 50% off. You don't even have to do it as a hustle at all. So it's great to have those different things. So I'm there as that mentor and coach to answer questions. There is a $90 add-on. You can either do all at once. You have the first 15 days to think about it, but it gives you full-size products that you can either use for yourself. You could sell them, or what I did with them is that's what I demoed with. So people got to try those as they came. And that's the last slide. So we're going to do our drawing right now. So make sure you text your beauty consultant. Let her know that you finished watching this, especially if you're watching the replay. But let her know that you finished watching, even if you're watching live, is always great. And let her know what was something that you learned that you enjoyed. And then if there's any products you need, maybe it's something we didn't even talk about tonight, but maybe you're like, just this morning, you were like, I'm getting low on my mascara or my moisturizer or my eyeliner or something. So we could love to help you out and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, you hopped on tonight and we can help you with something that you might be running low on. So thanks for supporting your beauty consultant. And I'm pulling up the wheel of names so you can kind of look at it. I'll put it in alphabetical order so it's easy to find your name. Make it a little bigger in case it's super tiny for you. So make sure your name's on there. If you don't see your name, please hurry and comment on Facebook or your YouTube. Yep, would be good. YouTube or Facebook. I'm just kind of refreshing the Facebook group. Make sure I didn't miss any. And refreshing my messages. Okay, so I think we have everyone on here. Yay. Okay. Now I've lost you guys. What slide is I on? Okay. Here we are. You do not need to be perfect at this, and I hope that gives everyone hope. Okay. So I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm super excited. And next week's our Repair and Renew, my favorite skincare line. And the following week is on February 20th, and it's our new spring product launch, which I got to demo and try in San Antonio, and we had our leadership back in January. So stoked. There's going to be so many women praising Mary Kay because they're bringing something back that's been discontinued for a couple of years, and you're going to be stoked because I get quite a few messages. Hey, where did this go? I'm like, they don't have it right now, but it's coming back. So hopefully that piques your interest. And then the week after that is our first time ever doing travel tips. And I'm so excited. I started working on it today. And oh my gosh, I hope it blesses your life. And if you have any travel tips that you want to send me along, as I'm preparing for this, I'll add them to the slide. So, okay. So we are going to spin the wheel, find out who is winning our mini calming facial milk. Now this would be a great product to use like after you wash your face. You could do it morning or night and just put it on your skin to give it such pampering and gets everyone irritated. And Mary Lynn Goddard, way to go. Exciting. I'll get this in the mail to you. Thanks so much for being so loyal and hopping on and watching our class tonight. I hope that it's blessed you in some way and to give you an idea of something that can maybe help with the skincare issue that you've been having lately or that you might have in the future. Yep. Yes, you look twice as good at half the price. Oh, thanks. So fun. Well, have an awesome rest of your night. We'll see you guys.